didn't think I'd be making this video, if I'm honest. We lost, but we put up a fight. 3 years after the referendum happened, boy were we resilient, boy did we put up a fight. I think the heartbreaking thing for me is how close I think we really got to getting that second referendum, and I don't want to talk too much about the negatives of campaigning. I think when it comes to political campaigning, there is so much that can go wrong, so much that can go right, and you can't get everything right all of the time. And I think in politics you're dealing with lots of people. You're often dealing with people who are reactionary, you're dealing with people who are incredibly passionate, and I think a lot of the time people butt heads, and I think our campaign suffered in the same way lots of campaigns suffer, which is a butting of heads and different ideas, but we did so much, achieved so much, and we built this amazing community of people, and the organisations that came out of the campaign to stop Brexit was something that will never disappear now. I think there are people hugely passionate about this country, and at the end of the day, that's why we started doing this, because we were passionate about the future of our country. We were passionate about our country, wanted it to do well, and we didn't want it to suffer, and that's what we thought Brexit would do. We thought Brexit would force this country into a situation that it didn't need to be in, because after all, Brexit is optional. This video actually is more about what I think needs to happen next, and I won't talk about specifically what I will be doing or specifically what the organisation my brother and I run, Inspire You, will be doing, because I think lots of organisations are still getting to grips with where to go next, what to do. Obviously talks are going on all the time and everyone's having discussions, and I don't think organisations are just going to disappear. That's not something that I think is going to happen. But I do genuinely believe that the next steps for us are making sure that we are that strong opposition voice. And there are lots of other issues going on in the world, human rights disasters, we've got the climate emergency, and focusing on those things as well as Brexit and the future of the country and populism on the rise, and all of these things. People on the centre and the left and so on will have to fight these things, and there will have to be an opposition voice. And my personal view is that all of these great pro-EU organisations stand up for these things, the values of the European Union, the values of progressive politics, and we'll have to be that voice of reason. But I think the next steps really will be being that voice, making sure that we've got strong digital content, making sure that we are still meeting, making sure that we're still signing up to parties, making sure that we're getting young people registered to vote, and making sure turnout is high. And I think if we're not doing that, then we could end up down a really big hole in the future. So look, yes, things didn't go our way and Brexit is happening. We haven't accepted, though, the way that it was won, the lies, the deceit, the breaking of electoral law, the overspending. The way that it was won was so wrong, so bad, that it's the reason people really didn't want to support it. And when people say, oh, well, let's all get behind Brexit now because it's happening anyway. No, bullshit. I'm not getting behind Brexit. I'm not trying to unite the country around Brexit. No way. Absolutely not. This is something that was that is so fundamentally against everything that I believe in, so fundamentally against my own personal values, that I could never possibly support something I know will be massive damage to not only this generation but future generations, our children and grandchildren. And you know, it's for that reason that I absolutely will not get behind Brexit. I'm sorry, I won't. I refuse to do it. We dominated. We did that because we built a community, and that community is unbelievably strong, and I think we have to keep that together going forward. We're going to be needed whilst the parties on our side of politics recuperate, start to get things into control, and we start to learn from the mistakes that we've made. I hate that I'm having to make this video, I really do, and I'm sad. I'm sad that we're leaving the European Union. And I do want to say this because it's been something that's really been kind of playing with me since December. I won't be joining any rejoin campaigns. I'll certainly, support organisations that want to do that, but in my personal capacity as a passionate pro-European and political campaigner, at this point I think that really it could be detrimental to begin an instant rejoin campaign. I think I may have said on multiple occasions that I'd never drop it, and that rejoining if we left would be something that I would pursue, and perhaps it is, but not straight away. I need to know where Brexit is before I start getting involved in a rejoin campaign, and it could be something that spans 10 years, and that's a big chunk of my life. And whilst I will be cheering on those in that space, I don't think that I can spearhead or be at the front of that. I'm pro-European. I stand up for the values of the European Union and the values of democracy, and I believe wholeheartedly that this country's future lies in Europe, and that's why I did it from the get-go, and it's why I will continue to support our membership of the European Union. But I won't be supporting any rejoin campaigns yet. I think that's kind of where I am. I'm sorry if this video seemed a little bit rambly, a bit ranty. This is kind of my first video for YouTube actually, and I'd be very grateful if you did all of those really cool things that people do in videos, which is like and comment. Leave me a comment. What do you think? Should I get involved in other stuff? And do that thing where you subscribe so that you get updates when I post more. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Yeah. Let you down. swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the cold where you left me. Left again, left again.